Hey guys, it's Carl Brown for GuitarLessons365.com. Today we're going to learn the guitar solo to Sister Christian. This is one of my favorite 80s guitar solos, so I thought it'd be fun to do. Plus it's a request, so it's a kind of a supporter of the site, so we're going to do it. So let's take a look here. We got a very big sustaining tone, as big as you can get. Bigger hopefully than I have here. You really need the notes, especially in the beginning when you're just really doing all that whammy bar stuff. Really let them to just continue to sustain as long as possible. So anyway, lots of delay, you know, compression or whatever. So he's actually in a studio and he's getting like a feedback loop. So he's just kind of got an endless tone. It's almost like his whole guitar is like an EBO or something. So let's start here with this first phrase. All right, so we're going to start at the second fret on the G string, bend and release there, to the third fret on the D, and a third fret on the A. Now I hit a harmonic on this first note, then down to this C note here, and when you hit this C, you're thinking this harmonic's around the real close to the inside, right near the fretboard here on my humbucking pickup. So I can hit. You want to hit the harmonic while you're holding that third fret there. So we have this. And you're going to pull that up a whole step. And then while that has been, that you're holding that whole step pulled back with a whammy, you're going to get off that note and hammer on the fifth fret on the D. So we have this. So this just became a mute. After you hammer down on the D, you relax that first finger that's holding that third fret. So you can have this note, the fifth fret on the D string ring, and then release, just lower the bar back down to normal. Let that sustain, a couple of little bar dips, and then you're going to go into the second fret here on the D by doing like a pre bar dive, just kind of like scoop into the note. And then when you get to pitch, that's the pitch of basically a step and a half. And that's about the max that my guitar can go back. If you can't do that far, just do a slide. But all right, next phrase. All right, so we had the same three notes that started the first phrase, but you're going to hit that a few times there on the slight bends on the second fret on the G string, back to the third on the D, and third on the A. Hop up here to the 17th fret on the B string, hammer 17 to 20, and then the same thing on the high E. Let that note sustain, then 19, over to 20 on the B. Now we're pretty much going to do the same thing 2 octaves lower. So that's a hammer from 2 to 5 on the D, 2 to 5 on the G, then the 4, and 5 on the D. There's a lot of vibrato. And then we're going to have an octave here off the 3rd fret on the A string. So you hold the 3rd fret on the A, 5th fret on the G, You're going to mute that D string in the middle with your index finger. So you play those 3 strings, but you only hear the 5th string and the 3rd string. Then down to 2nd fret. Next phrase. All right, some cool tapping here. We're gonna just do a whole step bend here at the 10th fret on the high E string. Release, pull off to 8, and then do the bend at the 10 again. So another whole step bend. Now bring your index finger over. You want to be muting as many of the strings as you can with the bass, the inside of your palm. You're gonna tap at the 13th fret. Then release the tap, pull back off to the bent note. So while it's bent, you're going to be tapping and releasing. Release that bend after you pull off the tap. So you pull off to 8 again, then come back onto the 10. And when you bend this time on the 10, just go a half step up. So this from the full step bend to the half. And then tap the 16th fret, pull off to the bent note, and tap back on the 16th. And then release to the 10 again just to release the bend. So all together. Now this time when you come back to after you pull off to the 8, come back to the 10 again, but don't do a bend on it. You're going to grab the pick again. You're going to slide to the 15, pull off 14 and 13. Then slide to 18. Then a quick whole step bend at the 20th fret. All right, next phrase. All right, so that's a cool one. So what we're going to be doing here is a bar across the 10th fret on the high E and the B string. Pick those 2 notes, and as you do that, hammer on the 12th fret on the B string. So you're still hearing that top note on the high E string. Then quick little hammer pull from 10 to 12, back to 10 on the B, to 12 on the G. And then come back to those 2 10s. So far we have this. Now when you hit those 10s, kind of quickly, then it'll slide down just to nothing. Just release pressure when you slide down. Then come back to the 12th on the G, and back to those 2 10s. So we have this. And we're going to end it with these 2, which is the 11th fret on the high E, 13th fret on the B, then move it up 2 frets. All right, and then we have the last phrase of the solo, and it sounds like this. All right, so this one's fun. You're going to go into the 17th fret. Now how he's doing this, he's picking the first note, pulling off to the 2nd note. So in this case, picking the 17th fret, pull off to 15, and then picking 18, 15 on the B. So the last 2 notes are a lot faster. Actually, the last 3, so you kind of hold the first one. And then do the same lick over these notes, which is going to be pulling off 19 to 17 and playing 20, 18 on the B. Then you're going to pull off 20 to 19 and play 22, 20 on the B. Into the whole step bend at the 22nd fret. A little vibrato bar action on it. Alright, so that's it for that solo. I haven't taken a look at the chords of this yet. Haven't done it, but if you guys want me to do that, I will. Just let me know. Alright, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.